the Terra chapter. They've been working really closely with us in many of the games that we've been a part of. And recently we've kind of taken it to the next level as far as kind of crossing community borders. And we had a bit of a tournament between both of our communities with them over last week or two ago now with Team Fortress 2. We got together and we had some great matches. We've been in training. We had our Sinister Swarm team that we've been in training for some time and got out there and Tenacious rocked. I mean, they really did a great job, but I want to thank everybody that was a part of that, supported that, and it's just really an amazing thing to kind of see both of our communities come together and have that much fun getting out there and getting down and dirty in some Team Fortress. So I think we'll have probably more experience with some Team Fortress Classics, so I might be pushing for that for our next community clash with them. So practice up on some TFC action. I know for our birthday celebration at our next quarterly meeting, we'll be looking for some TFC action for sure around that time. Again, to get back to our roots. So again, big shout out to Nylan. Thanks to our media manager for getting that video posted and up there. So thank you, sir, for getting that action. It was great fun for everybody. So big shout out to everybody that was involved with that. Big hail swarm! Awesome, guys. Thank you all. So we also want to make sure that everybody, again, we don't have too many opportunities, again, annually that we get an opportunity to realize that, hey, we're not just part of a game or chapter. When you wear the Sinister Swarm tag, you're part of the entire community. You're part of the legacy that is the Sinister Swarm that's been going on for now almost 16 years. We're going up on 16 years the next couple months. So it's a pretty significant honor for us all and something that we're all really grateful to be a part of. And I know that, you know, everybody that's here, I personally can't thank you all enough for being a part of this community. It's an amazing family that we have here, and one that I'm proud to call home myself. So I can't thank you guys enough for making this such an amazing home. And, you know, we want to also take the time to appreciate that, you know what, it's not just about the one game that we're playing, but it's about the entire community. So why not take this opportunity to check in with the multiple chapters that we have here in the Sinister Swarm, starting off with one of our largest and oldest official chapters with Guild Wars 2. Let's get the update from Queen Faith.
Hail Swarm!
Hail Swarm!
It is so great to see all of you here. I want to thank you all for coming out and joining in our community meeting. I love seeing everybody all in one chapter. This is so exciting. So, Guild Wars 2. Well, as we near our 3-year anniversary of epic awesomeness in Guild Wars 2, things have never been better. Our leaders have settled into their roles and learned the ropes, enabling them to stay on top of any changes and answer any questions. But they won't just tell you how to do something. They'll go the extra mile and they will show you. Since the last community meeting, Elijah has joined Agatha and myself as captain, sharing in the chapter lord responsibilities. And if you haven't met Eli yet, stop in and say hello. You won't find a friendlier, more helpful, or knowledgeable player in any community, and she'll be glad to help you in any area of the game. All three of us are very accessible. We're all in Vent daily, so feel free to PM us if you have any questions. You can also reach us by forum, PM, or email, and we'll get back to you quickly. Nylan does an amazing job as media manager. With many of his works of art on our YouTube channel is evidence of that. Lurker Fox is quickly catching on as his protege and has some really mad skills of his own. Kara Fox, who is currently on maternity leave, congratulations to Kara and Tama. And Azure, they lead the charge on our World v. World battlefield, coordinating closely with other guilds on the server, which they have really done a fantastic job in building some awesome relationships there and help the Swarm name be in such a high regard. Quick Draw Critty not only keeps track of our assets and sends out prizes for our weekly trivia, hide and seek, and other contests, she also leads our weekly farming event. Bayor has been our PvE leader for years. He also hosts our dinner Hunter and Guild Wars 2 night, so he's the go-to guy for dungeon tactics as well as tasty recipes. Blarney, our newest addition to the leadership team, can help with advertising blurbs or answering questions that new recruits might have as our Vice Herald. So feel free to hit them up anytime if you need help, regardless of what chapter you're in. Our weekly lineup of daily events includes exciting activities in all aspects of Guild Wars 2. We do challenging guild missions that inspire teamwork and open world PvE, prosperous jumping puzzle porting parties that provide lots of loot-filled chests with no jumping required, strategic structured PvP matches to hone your skills or perfect a new build, and the ever-popular realm of world versus world, sure to satiate even the most bloodthirsty among us. So there's no better way to end the day than to hop into World v. World and kill some reds while getting your dailies done. Oh, and did I mention dungeons? Yep, we have a wide variety of dungeons and fractals with plenty of people who know how to complete them, and they'll be glad to run you through any time. If you tried Guild Wars 2 back in the day, and then you moved on to try newer things, this is really the perfect time to give Guild Wars 2 a second look. Why? Because you'll have an opportunity for friendly, knowledgeable members to help you catch up on all the changes and get reacquainted with the gameplay before the huge Heart of Thorns expansion explodes on the scene with a new Revenant heavy armor class to play, new mastery system with new skills and weapons to learn, new level 80 jungle zones with vast multi-tiered areas to explore in the canopy, on the jungle floor, and in subterranean root systems and caverns. If that's not enough to pique your interest, then throw in new guild halls, a new race, a new stronghold SPVP map, and a totally new and improved World v. World experience, and more. But you don't really have to wait for the expansion for Guild Wars 2 fun. We're staying busy bees with fun stuff like creating characters for our cosplay parade with Eli, and selecting songs for our Guild Wars 2 chapter podcast with Godfather, and working on our treasure hunter achievement with Cinder, which I will add links to all of those when I can let go of my push to talk button. Oh, and did I mention there's no monthly fee, like ever? Once you purchase the game or expansion, it's yours to play free forever. There is a gem store, but it's only for cosmetic or convenience items. You can't buy any items that will give you a competitive edge at all. So hop in the Guild Wars 2 channel anytime and find out what the buzz is all about. Back to you, Emperor Venom.
Thank you, Queen. Big house swap.
House swap?
Awesome. Always great to see what's going on over there. And let's move on to our next official chapter with Elder Scrolls Online and Overlord Spring.
Hey guys, how are you doing? First of all, I wanted to give a big shout out to all my officers that work with me in order to make our chapter what it is. It is amazing. Arya is just so good at handling the media side of things and helping out with PvP. Green Jeans has just been stepping up like a champ. And hopefully I'll have Casper moving into an official role as Vice Herald in the near future. Kitty Ara has always been my right-hand lady, and Silicon Hobbit's been here since the beginning. That small crew is just handling our 104 plus members all the time joining Guild, and they're doing an amazing job. So I have to give a big shout out to them, because without their efforts, there's no way it would be as successful as we are. What a huge week it's been. We had console release, so those people on Xbox One and PS4 can now start playing Tamriel Unlimited, which is the free to, buy to play version of Elder Scrolls Online. It's not really that much of an impact on us. However, it does give the opportunity for people who normally don't PC game to get into this amazing adventure. It has been a crazy ride. The game has changed so much from the initial inception, from closed beta and then to release, and now with the addition of the champion systems and the intro of the justice system, the addition of new class lines. It's just been such huge sweeping changes. So if you haven't played since the game launched, I highly encourage you to come back and give it a big old run-in. It's now buy to play, so if you pick up the box, you're good to play for free. There's Also, membership benefits if you do maintain a subscription, as far as crowns and stuff like that for in-game purchases, cosmetic items, mounts, etc., etc., etc. Lots of events going on all the time. Huge presence in PvP. In fact, we actually have a PvP event going on tomorrow, which Green Jeans is heading up, and I can't wait to see all of you guys out there having a blast doing that. So if you get a chance, hop on in, and I hope to see you in game soon.
Thank you, Split. And moving on to our last official chapter of the Sinister Swarm community. Again, official and casual. We have a little bit of a differentiation there. Mostly it's based on participation and something to everybody to be aware of in the community if you're interested in, you know, like, hey, here's the next greatest title or whatever. We have an area for games of interest on our forums, so make sure you post up on that. Be aware of what titles we already have kind of on our radar, and feel free to post up new titles if you're ever interested, because that's where it all starts. It's kind of based on the interest within our entire community, and then what level of leadership do we have available to take over that chapter. So next up, and again, our last official chapter update for this evening is World of Warcraft. We have Sweet and Easy.
Hey guys, Hell Swarm.
Hell Swarm.
Thank you very much. So in the World of Warcraft chapter, of course, for many of you or some of you who don't know, this is kind of a revived chapter. Angel, Hawk, and I have had the privilege of getting this chapter together and have had some many great experiences there. We've had also been fortunate to have great leadership in here. We've had the presence of King Zood. We have Sienna helping us out. As always, she's amazing. Our leadership is rounded out with our HR heralds, Ant, Kavala, and Camberlin doing an amazing job there with the recruitment and making sure things are going smooth with all the new members and you know, getting them up the ranks there. PvE side, Grass Pants, Strong Bad, and Armida. Currently, right now, with the rating progression there, we've you know, there's different types. There's LFRs for those people looking for raids that are more casual and still want to get the content in. There we have the normals, which, you know, test your skills a little bit more, and we do those you know, on our weekend runs to make sure that people, you know, are able to play on the weekends can still have some rating experience. And then our more heroic and you know, hardcore or higher end events. Those right now we are ranked actually 9th on the server. So great job to the PvE side there and what we have to offer on that side. PvP is also going great. J-Man and Crushface, you know, they're running that up right now, working Wednesdays and Fridays, sorry, in regards to the PvP and you know, doing rated arenas and trying to build up a team for that next season that hits. So great job going on there between the two, and a lot of cross mixing. You know, if we're lower on one night, we adapt and we change that over to, you know, from PvE to PvP or whatnot. So some great things going on there. Great members, love everybody in it. So happy to work with you know, all the leaders and all the members that make that just a fun, great experience. We do have our media manager Emily's been posting some great videos there on the Swarm YouTube channel. So thank you so much for that as well. In regards to World of Warcraft, it is, you know, paid subscription. It's one of those that you do pay monthly. However, they recently added where if you're good at that auction house or you're good at you know, just playing the game, getting some gold, you can buy game time in the game now via gold. So that is a neat thing there. Yeah, you can buy pets and whatnot as well. But you know, for the most part, that, you know, it's all about being able to find an easy group in there. 3 different tiers that you can go into. There's even Mythics, a 4th tier, which we have yet to go into, but striving to go there. You know, currently in the World of Warcraft, they have many different things, like I said, between PvE, PvP, an upcoming patch coming out where there's a new zone unlocked, new garrison features, which have side quests and things you can do, which are very neat. You can get pets to battle, just like Pokemon kind of, but it's fun stuff. And then there's a shipyard, naval missions, a new raid going to be released, Hellfire Citadel, new dungeons as well, difficulties, that is, mythics, so, and some bonus events that are going on through World of Warcraft. So great things coming. Fun times ahead. The great thing with our chapter as well, since we're an official chapter, we've been privileged with overseeing the other chapters. So in our or other chapters, other games rather from Blizzard. So there are games like Hearthstone, StarCraft, Diablo, and the newest Heroes of the Storm, which I've seen a lot of members come into play. You're always welcome. There are many WoW players that play that one and have a great time. It's similar to Dota or League of Legends. So if you're into that kind of game, you'll love Heroes of the Swarm. So everybody is welcome. Anytime that you want to come down, feel free, join us. We welcome you, and that's all I have for the WoW chapter. So Hail Swarm.
Hail Swarm.
So thank you so much for that. And moving on to our casual chapters. Again, these are chapters that have had maybe a little bit less of participation over the past 3 months or however. So, but at the same time, we do want to maintain support for them, and they've also shown a lot of promise. And we've seen, WoW is another good example of this. We've seen chapters kind of go back and forth between official and casual too. So, just depending on the community, it's up to you guys. You guys are the voice of the people. So, if you're interested in playing whatever game, get in there, jump in, and your participation will drive the level of support it has within our community. So, moving on to our casual chapters, we have Final Fantasy with Kalia.
Hail Swarm, y'all.
Hail Swarm.
Thank you. It's lovely to hear so many hail swarms. All right, I tell you what. Everybody's been talking so fast. I'm going to talk a little slower. That doesn't mean I haven't got something important to say. In fact, tonight I'm coming to you as a salesperson. That's right. Usually people try to engage you and get you talking before you ever find out that they're selling something. Well, tonight, I'm not hiding it. What it's about, not one bit. I don't have to do that because what I'm selling is so awesome, I'm proud to bring the information to my Swarm family. And that information is, Heaven's Word is 13 days away. June 19th, early access. June 23rd, everybody else that doesn't do early access will be coming on board. We've been recruiting. Our chapter happens to be one of those casual chapters that's growing, not stagnating or getting smaller. We've got 25 to 30 different people logging on every day. And we've got a very, very active chapter. So I just want to share a few things about why I think y'all should consider Final Fantasy XIV and the Heaven's Word expansion. The first thing is, you all that have played Final Fantasy as a console game are aware that one of the things that they are famous for is their music. Treat your ears to the theme soundtrack for Final Fantasy XIV Heaven's Word. It's called Dragon Song. But now you may be wondering, can my computer run this game? Well, there's a way to find out. And that is the Heaven's Word benchmark. So if you're curious, there's a link to find out how your computer's going to do in the game. All right, we've got several people that, in fact, my laptop is like 3 years old, and I've got a graphics card that was made for more business side things, not for playing games, and it still will run Heaven's Word, although I admit I'm looking at parts to build a new one. All right. Now, a couple more things. The Letter from the Producer Live, Part 21, which is the latest one, came out on May 21st. Takes a little time to load. It starts out with some music, and of course, as I said, Final Fantasy's, those folks are, Square Enix is famous for their music. First, I'm going to give you a link to this, if I would quit. No, wait a minute, my copy didn't work. Hey. Sentai is correct. DirectX 11 support is coming out with this expansion. All right, that is a link to the Producers Live from May 21st. I will tell you, it's a little over 3 hours long. However, at the end of it, there is a treat. If you will, you download it or whatever, go to, you want to go here. Three hours, 15 minutes. At that point, there is a dungeon walkthrough. And just watching that video as you're listening to the music, you get ideas about what it's going to be like to play that dungeon. It is so cool. All right, I'll try to move a little faster. All right, this is a link in our own amphitheater forum within the Final Fantasy on our Sinister forum. But what it is it's a thread with information on all the new job abilities for all the classes, both the 3 new ones and the ones that were already existing. What are all their new skills and abilities? You can look at them there. And there's a short little discussion there by the poster about each one of those things if you want kind of a synopsis. All right, what else can we talk about? Well, let's see. Some people early access details. That's your all the details about early access. And one other thing, if you want to spend some time really checking it out, that's the link that has everything, pretty much everything there is to know about it. All you gotta do is spend a little time. All kinds of links and menu drop downs and etc., etc., etc. Flying mounts are coming. The Griffin is coming. Believe it or not, fat chocobos can fly, and airships are coming. But airships are not coming with the release, all right? It's going to be at an update 3.1 or 3.2. They're not going to be immediate. But eventually we're all going to be flying around in airships, which we will be able to keep in our guild estate basements. Then the fat chocobos can fly. I don't know how they do it. Little bitty wings and little porky bodies. And finally, here's a link to the store if you want to spend your money to buy Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. And there's also links there if you haven't played it before for you to get the entire game, the Realm Reborn as well as Heavensward. And of course, we've got quite a few people in vent channels most of the time anymore. If you guys just want to come and ask questions about it, most people in there are pretty knowledgeable about what's going to happen because they're all so excited they can hardly contain themselves. It's only 13 days, 13 days. Hey, y'all, it's only 13 days. Thank you, Venom.
Thank you. And boom.
Hailsworm!
Hailsworm!
Awesome, and if you guys are ever curious as far as like, hey, which chapters are official or which are casual, and who's participating in which, let me post up. This is a quick link for everybody. That right at the top gives basically kind of the community diagram. So by all means, everybody should kind of have that link in their back pocket. We try to update that as frequently as possible. We are a little behind currently, but you should still have enough to kind of give you an idea of kind of the basic overall view of the community. Below our community diagram, it gives you all of kind of the descriptions of our ranks, titles, awards, things like that, all of which we're kind of going over here at this community meeting. So moving on to our final casual chapter of the Sinister Storm currently, Archage with Sweet Cat. Uh-oh. Did she go after?
She's not in channel right now.
No worries. Do we have anybody from Archage that would like to share with us a little update from what's going on lately in their chapter?
How about Taskmaster?
There's Sweet Cat back. And there she goes.
I dragged her. I guess she's literally okay.
Yeah, I actually haven't been playing the game enough to say one way or another what's going on.
Hell Swimmers!
Hell!
Not that I can say much about Arcade, but what I can't... Hello to you too. But what I can say is that we do have a Dungeon Lord and a Warlord, and they actually have subordinates along with them. Arcade is actually doing some raiding right now, and they're also doing dungeons. We're also trying to do a recruitment drive in Arcade, and in addition to that, gearing up onto the PvP side, going on with tactics to defeat I hated enemy Forest Crow. Down with Forest Crow. Death with Forest Crow. Anyway, beyond that, Arcade is moving right along, and I just want to thank those members who are chipping in and putting in a lot of effort into Arcade, because without their efforts, the Arcade chapter won't grow. I'm like, yeah. Sorry, I was getting distracted. Without the efforts of people like Philip and Gandalf, and this is many other members who are sitting there like treading the trenches, and Santic, those are PvP coordinators, our quartermasters, and our Dungeon Lord. These are the members who are like making those events happen and things that go along that line, and making those raids happen, making those dungeons happen. And without them, the chapter would probably just whittle to dust. So I appreciate you guys for doing that, and Arcades would just keep moving right along. And with that, I end the same way that I came out. Hellsworm.
Awesome, thank you, Zab. And also, a big shout out to Sweet Cat, because, there's many times where in chapters we have opportunities, and there's always chances for folks to step up. We're always looking for people to take on more higher levels of responsibilities within each chapter. There's always a chance for folks. And Sweet Cat is a prime example of this, where the chapter needed some support, and she was willing and able to step up into that position. So really appreciate that. And keep that in mind for everybody. If you're interested and you're like, hey, you know what, I'd like to take on more of a role within this chapter, let your chapter lords know, let the Swarm lords know, and we'll always be able to find opportunities for you. So really appreciate that. Moving on, again, kind of hearkening back to a little bit of what I was talking about earlier with, you guys, everybody here drives this community. We have Facebook and Steam games. There's always tons of stuff that are going on outside of what is officially or casually supported at a community level. So you can see on Ventura, we try to identify what status chapters are at. We try to kind of like bracket it, whether it's official, casual, or unofficial. So we do have, in the unofficial category, a lot of people playing games there as well. So without further ado, let me turn it over to Queen Arwen to give us an update on Facebook and Steam games.
Hey guys, just wanted to quickly mention, for those who don't know, that we do have a Sinister Swarm Facebook page for those of us who are totally hooked on Facebook and like to stay connected at all times. I'll put a link in the chat box if you're interested in joining our Facebook group. We would love to have you. It's basically facebook.com/groups/Sinister Swarm for that group. Also, just wanted to mention Steam games. a lot of us play completely casual games on the side. Steam's got tons of games, and it's always useful and helpful to be able to see when other swarmers are online and when they are playing other games. I've been like literally in the middle of playing some totally random obscure game, and I get a little pop-up window that says so and so is playing such and such game, Civilization or whatever it may be, and it's like I didn't even know they had that game and that they were playing, and that's an opportunity to jump in and play with other swarmers. So we do have a Sinister Swarm group in Steam. I will also include a link to that. My username, as always, is Arwen the Dark. So if you're ever looking to connect with the Swarm on any level in any random groups, you can always search for my name, Arwen the Dark, and you will probably find me. And I will work to get you connected. So just wanted to throw that out there, and Hail Swarm.
Hail Swarm!
Hail Swarm!
Awesome, thank you for that, Queen Arwen. And just kind of following along that theme as far as our kind of unofficial games, there's a ton of stuff out there. And recently, as I'm sure a lot of people have already noticed, there's been some activity in another one of the unofficial categories, and that is Black Desert. We already have this posted under the games of interest. And I gotta say, this is a game I think a lot of us have been tracking for some time. I think it's been, many months, if not a couple of years now, that we've been kind of following this game. And again, there's a lot of information posted under the games of interest. We're going to try and start at some point here having its own private section of the forum, so that it's a dedicated Black Desert section, rather than just being kind of nested in a general format. But I think for a lot of us that have been playing it, it's really an amazing game. And speaking from my own experience, I find that I gravitate more towards kind of the action combat-y type of games, so that I've been playing since back in the day, since EverQuest 1, and I find that games that kind of bring in more of user skill rather than just like point and click type of mechanic appeals more to me personally. So that's one thing that I find Black Desert delivers on big time. So far, and again I might be totally biased on this, but I think that so far I find it to be the best MMO combat mechanic that I've seen to date. Terra, again, was another game that I was involved with that I found very enjoyable, but this one, as far as combat goes, trumps Terra. As far as like Terra's claim to fame was the action combat-y type of mechanic, but this game really does it well. So, yes, the Lancer and Sword combo was amazing as well. I miss those days. But in Black Desert, the combat mechanic is super actiony. I mean, it takes it to the next level. So I really appreciate that. The other element, and again to follow up Kalia's sales pitch, the other element that I find to further sell this game is I find it to be the best graphics as well that I've seen in an MMO to date. The overall graphics, camera effects, character creation screen. I literally spent an entire week creating my first character. I spent an entire week just like tweaking. There's so many little settings, scale, you can adjust the cheekbones, the hair, whatever it is. I mean, you can totally tweak every element of the character, which I love. So there's those elements of the game I think are what really make it shine. That all being said, it is still in beta, so it is not released. It is not even released in Korea, let alone it hasn't even made its way to North America. So that's why we haven't made an official announcement Swarm-wise as far as it being like in a casual official status. But I would say at a bare minimum, we're looking at a casual chapter coming up, if not an official. But I would say we're probably going to hold out for a North America release, which isn't going to be until 2016 on that. However, in the meantime, you have the opportunity to join your fellow swarmers playing Black Desert by using New Gameway, their site that you can purchase an account through them. and then you'll be able to play in the Korean beta, and there's going to be other betas also available coming up. And there's a English patch that goes along with that as well. So you'll be able to kind of see, you'll be able to see pretty much 80% of the translation of what is happening in game for the most part. But for the most part, the gameplay itself is great. That's what drives the content. That's what drives the experience. So I would encourage anybody that's interested in at least trying it out to contact myself or Zod or Rem. Pretty much the three of us are playing it pretty much a daily basis. So contacting any of us will be able to hook you up with the information to get signed up for the game, get your account, and we'll get you in the guild. We already have, I think it's close to 15, 20 people in our guild on the in the Korean beta right now. So by all means, we encourage anybody who's interested to please check it out. Come join us for the fun. It looks, like I said, it's amazing. The game is just so much fun to play. So I think it's hard not to be hooked once you try it out. So by all means, give us a ping, and we'll get you in. And big hail swarm! And with that, I'm going to pass it over to the next unofficial control chapter that we have. The irony here is that I was actually going to GDC about 4 or 5 years ago to look for this game at GDC. And I didn't see this game at GDC, but I happened to see Terra at GDC, and that, the rest is history. It turned into an amazing chapter for our community. But at the time when I found Terra, I was looking for Blade and Soul. And a lot of us, I think, are aware that there's a pretty big announcement that is coming to NA here pretty soon. So big shout out for anybody who's interested in Blade and Soul. I'd like to now turn it over to Cinti.
Hail Swarm. So yes, I know that people have been seeing my little announcements in Shoutbox. I'm really excited for Blade and Soul. I've been waiting at the same, since 2009, 2010 as Venom. He even had a post in the Games of Interest section that he had to hype up the game. And so recently, I've been waiting since 2009, 2010 as well, because I saw the G-Star video and everything. It's been exciting. I really love it, because I've always wanted to try a martial arts game. Well, just last month, in May 22nd, NCSoft finally announced that this year they are going to release Blade and Soul to the North American, European people. And so so far they're going to have 2 servers. One's going to be located in Dallas, Texas, and one's going to be located in Germany for the European people. At this time they don't have any more information about more servers, but it is definitely a possibility. The reason they said it took so long is because they're trying to keep the Asian story and feel, but at the same time they want to westernize it so that we can understand the Asian storyline, because they said some of the things didn't match up well. I'm linking right now a link to a brand new post I just made in the unofficial Games of Interest section of the forums. I made a brand new one because the last one that we had was getting way long and it had outdated information, and that other one has some great videos in it if you want to look at it, but all the information that's going to be in this that is going to be released, and I've actually talked with a lot of I've talked with the new community manager. His name is Sherlock Humes on the BNS Dojo. I follow it a lot. I'm really excited about this game, so I've been following it, trying to bring as much information here to the Swarm. I've created a recruitment thread in the Blade and Soul Dojo, which NCSoft is using as the unofficial official forums until they get their official forums up. They will be at E3, so there's going to be a lot more information that's going to be there. And but let me give you some info. Like Blarney, thank you very much. Let me give you information what Blade and Soul is about. Blade and Soul is basically about it's about this world. I don't have the lore with me right now, but there's two different types of chi. There's the dark chi and the light chi. And a few years ago, there was the dark chi was conquering the earth, and so the god and goddesses of the world gave 4 masters extra power, and they finally fought back that dark chi. But now there's this woman, Jun So Young, who's come back, and she's like the champion for the dark chi, and following her story and your revenge for something that she did to you at the very beginning. Thank you, Nylan. Is basically where the premise of the whole story starts. It's really good. All of the combat in this game is reactionary. It's really cool, and it's instinctive because they don't use the full number pad for your skills. All the skills you earn and everything is all depending on how close you are to the opponent, what their stance is, if they are stunned, if they're downed. The same button could use different skills and stuff like that. It's a very fast-paced action martial arts role-playing game online, and it's a lot of fun. I snuck into the Japanese server recently to check it out, and it's a blast, and I can't wait till it comes in. I've already been guaranteed access to the closed beta. The way that they're doing it, since the game is already out in the eastern countries, they're going to have one closed beta to help with balancing and any information that the Western and European people want to give as feedback to make the game better. And then right after they go to closed beta, they're going to go right into release. So it's going to be a fall closed beta, and then they're going to have a winter release. They don't have direct dates yet, but we might hear some more about that in E3. But I'm really excited. I'm going to be following this because it's a really big thing to me, and so I'm always going to be posting information into that thread that I linked, and I'll link it again when I stop talking because I have to stop the push to talk button. But definitely talk to me if you have any interest, because I'm definitely going to be following this a lot. And I know Venom says he'll peek in every once in a while, but he's really big on that Black Desert right now.
Awesome, thanks for posting. And yeah, it's I've been torn because again I've been really looking forward to Bloat and Soul for some time, so I'll definitely peek in. But I played it in alpha, and my experience with Black Desert personally, I'm definitely super sold on it. So yeah, but I think both games are going to be amazing. So really good stuff. Thank you, and a big Hailstorm!
Hailstorm!
Awesome. Well, that will bring us to our next portion of the meeting, which is award/promotions. This is my favorite time of the night. So, again, apologize. I know we're running over time. I think we planned karaoke for about 20 minutes ago, so we're going to be running a little bit over time, but we'll try to wrap this up as quickly as possible. So, let me kick this off with first our Gatekeeper Award. Again, just a big shout out to all our gatekeepers and everybody who's been performing orientations, all our KVKs and above, and anybody who's been working on attaining their orientation certification. This is another kind of feature that, again, is a little bit dynamic towards our community. We've had a recent update. This is something that, again, I think you'll see reflected in the changelog as far as our orientation policies. What we've done is we've created kind of an orientation program where folks that are interested in being a gatekeeper or helping to orient new members as they join our community will kind of get a little bit more robust training, whereas before we were it was more of a trial by fire. We were like just throwing people in like, okay, give an orientation. But now, again, thanks to Queen Fate for really taking a super proactive role. Really appreciate Queen Fate and all the work that she's been doing in setting up basically her monthly orientation training sessions. We've been having the certification program so that people that are eligible to perform orientations actually receive a certification for it. So it means that they've been trained, you guys have been prepared for it, so you're not kind of just thrown in the fire. That anybody who's giving an orientation feels confident that they have enough training and understanding to know that they can do it and understand what's expected to perform at level of satisfaction for the community. So really appreciate everybody that's been a part of that program. And again, really appreciate everybody that's been performing at that level. Again, orientations are the backbone of our community. I mean, without which, I mean, you know, we'd be just letting anybody in the door, and we wouldn't have the amazing family that we have today. Again, I can't speak highly enough about the family and the community that we have here, and what it's evolved into over all these years. It's something that we've all worked towards. It's something that it's been a dream, you know, from, you know, day one, almost 16 years ago, but we had, you know, all the ideas to kind of put into place, and, you know, finally now we're starting to see so much of this materialize and being realized. So the Gatekeeper Award is a very prestigious thing for this community, because again, if we just let the wrong person, all it would take is just one, you know, two people let the wrong people into the community, it's going to disrupt all of our chemistry. It's going to make this a place that's less desirable to be a part of. And that's something that all of us as leaders, we work very hard to ensure that we're creating the best experience for everybody that's here. It's something that, you know, we preach nonstop. You know, with this community, it's a bit of a no, not for everybody. We understand that, and we embrace that. We don't want it to be for everybody. It's not that we're trying to be elitist or exclusive, but, you know, we created an environment for people that value respect, for people that value honor, for people that know what it means to be a part of something greater than yourself, and to contribute to that, to be a part of a team, and to help your fellow swimmers out. And it's just not something that you see as a common thread in gaming or guilds or just in general. And so that's something, again, that's kind of the founding principle of this community, and something when it comes to gatekeeping that is a big part of that process. We don't want to bring in somebody that is just out for themselves, or that's an elitist, or that's going to be, you know, potentially disrespecting all of our members. I mean, it's a promise we make to everybody walking in these doors that you're going to be respected, and that you don't have to worry about, you know, being, you know, dropped the F-bomb or being cursed at nonstop, you know, once you enter these doors. This is kind of like, it's a safe zone, and it's an island that, you know, we all have to be able to enjoy and be a part of this family. So, again, it's a really, really big honor and responsibility to be a gatekeeper of the community. And as such, we want to award the people that have been doing an amazing job of it. So starting off with the Bronze Gatekeeper Award. This is for somebody that's performed 30 plus orientations. Again, that's huge. That, you know, you start thinking at least a half hour, maybe an hour each orientation. That is a lot of time invested. So I'd like to congratulate this quarterly community meetings Bronze Gatekeeper Award is going to go to Chamberlain. Congratulations! Woohoo!
Hell's warm.
Great job, Chamberlain. No, thank you. And moving up to the Silver Gatekeeper. This is for 60 plus orientations. Again, that's huge. I mean, do the math on that. Like, that is a lot of time just to ensure that we're maintaining the integrity of our community. Can't thank the people that are investing their time and making sure that, you know, this community is a safe environment for us all enough. So, a big shout out to Silver Gatekeeper Ant.
Yes, one.
That's one.
Great job. Next up for awards, we have the Pollinator. Now, this is for people that have been actually bringing in people to the community. You'll hear this from time to time. You know, recruiting is the lifeblood of the chapter and of the community, which is so true. So, you know, it's another really important element for us all to kind of keep in mind. You know, I think a lot of times we start ourselves, and a lot of times, you know, it's pretty much just about lost swimmers. There's other swimmers out there that have been looking for us that haven't necessarily found us yet. That's kind of a common theme I've heard over the years from membership, is that, you know, it's like, oh my gosh, I've been looking for a place like this to call home. You know, I can't believe I didn't see you, you know, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, however long, whatever. It's a fairly common theme. So, again, that's a responsibility that we can all share in when it comes to looking for these people out there. And there's so many games that we're playing. Just looking for them out there and sending them a shout out, like, hey, come check us out, come post an application, whatever it is, hop on our event, you can come group with us, getting these people in the doors and familiar with what this community is all about, because there's so many people out there that have been looking for a place like this, and we've been looking for them. So for the pollinator, I would like to congratulate. This is for recruiting 5 or more members into the community. And this is not just people that walk in the door and walk out. This is people that have been sticking around for the Bronze Pollinator Award. Kinvala! Congratulations!
Hail Swarm.
Good. Woo! Congrats! Great job! Woo! Next up is participation. So this is the Busy Bee Award. This is for people that have been just really supporters of our community in general and just participating in various games, being a part of it. It's like we always say, we're not a one-trick pony. We're not just one guild. We're not just one game. We're a community, and that's what it's all about. So we want to recognize people that give their support to multiple games. It's totally cool if you just want to be in whichever game you're a part of, but at the same time, it's great if you can kind of spread your wings and check out other titles as well, because we're all together a part of the same family, whatever game we're playing. So for the Busy Bee Award, again, this is recognizing people that have been at least 30 days active. Same type of scenario. It's not just like, hey, I just popped in, for a day or two. These are people that have been somewhat dedicated to whatever title they were playing for that given amount of time. So for the Bronze Busy Bee, this is for active participation in 3 or more chapters. So that's definitely an investment in the community, and we'd like to congratulate, for the Bronze Busy Bee, Green Fox. Congratulations!
Hail Swarm.
Hail Swarm.
Moving up the chain for the Silver Busy Bee. This, again, is a significant indication of dedication towards the community. This is for 6 or more chapters. Again, active, 30 days or more active participation. This is somebody who's been seriously dedicated to our community, been actively participating in multiple chapters, supporting our efforts here in the Sinister Swarm, so we really appreciate that, and I'd like to congratulate our newest Silver Busy Bee, Alethea!
Hail Swarm. Hail Swarm.
Hail Swarm.
Congrats, Allie!
Thank you.
Awesome.
I actually knew it.
You did it. You felt it. No, thank you. Next up, we have the Beekeeper Award. This is for title holding. Again, as everybody knows, we have a title system that's incorporated into all our chapters. So this is a way to kind of have a mechanic that works its way within the community to allow people to take on various responsibilities, whether it be PvP related, PvE, whether it's recruiting, whatever the case may be. As folks know, they can hold various titles within their chapters. And titles are different from ranks in that titles are more of kind of a temporary situation, whereas ranks are, that's your kind of your rank within the community. Titles can vary, and you'll hold them as long as you're participating in that chapter, but as you move to a new chapter, you obviously will not be holding that same title, and you may or may not be holding a title within whatever chapter you're moving towards. And while you're holding that title, it's assumed that you're going to be active and participating at that level. So that, if you're a herald, that means that you're going to be working on recruiting or public relations, things like that, posting up on public forums. If you're a warlord, that means you're going to be working towards PvP practice, getting matches established in game, helping set up scrimmages and things like that. And these are all active responsibilities that people will be a part of. So that's very important to keep in mind for everybody, whether you're currently holding a title or whether you're considering taking on a title. It's a lot of responsibility and a time commitment. And it's okay. I mean, keep in mind too, if you're a title holder and you're like, you know what, I just got a new job, or you know what, we moved, or whatever the case may be, and you can't necessarily dedicate that much time anymore, just let your chapter lords know sooner the better, so that we can just get that information updated. It's no harm, no foul. We just want to make sure that our records are up to date. So keep that in mind. And this, again, the Beekeeper Award, fairly new on the medal list, as a way to recognize people who have been investing their time in various titles within the community. So the following people, this is for 3 or more active titles, successful title holding within the community. I'd like to congratulate the following people for the Bronze Beekeeper Award. Congratulations to Angel Hawk, Terra Fox, Labor Menciana!
Hail Swarm!
Hail Swarm!
Woohoo! Great job, you guys, and just a big shout out to all you guys for all the work that you poured into to doing those titles, and something to keep in mind as inspiration for everybody moving forward. Keep that in mind, and let your chapter lords know, like, hey, you know what, I'd like to take on a little bit more responsibility, whatever the case may be, so that everybody has the opportunity to contribute at a level that they feel comfortable with within the chapter and the community. So great job, everybody, on that. Next up, Swimmer of the Month. This is another way that we like to recognize people. Again, thanks to all our chapter lords for all the time that they invest to continue to update, and keep their chapters running at optimal potential. They're always sending us regular updates for what's been happening, the latest things, developments in their chapters, and part of that is each of the chapter lords nominate folks within the chapter for the potential of Swimmer of the Month. Now, Swim Lords vote on this. We determine, kind of depending on some of the reasoning and the logic behind the nomination, we kind of determine who is the best candidate, and we take it from there. But along with that goes some nice Swim bling. I mean, you get kind of a cool little trophy that has Swim logo on it, your name on it, so it's a pretty cool and prestigious honor. Along with it comes some Swim bling as well. So it's something that we really get excited about here in the Swim community, and really take seriously as well. So we'd like to congratulate our newest Swarmer of the Month, Elijah!
Hail Swarm!
Way to go, Elijah!
Hail Swarm! And congrats, Elijah. Fantastic stuff. So, awesome, guys. And again, big shout out to everybody. Can't do it without all you guys really pouring your blood, sweat, and tears into the community. And the awards are kind of a way for us to acknowledge some of the efforts that you guys have been pouring in. So, really appreciate that. Big shout out to all you guys who won awards here tonight. But we're not quite wrapped up. I would like to also acknowledge a pretty significant promotion within the community. And again, we save some of these major promotions for our quarterly community events, and tonight is no exception. When it comes to ranks within the community, we take them pretty seriously because, again, these are pretty persistent within the community, and something that we all want to make sure that we have the right person for the right positions. And as everybody knows, we have our general membership ranks, our KVK ranks, and then we have our Swim Lord ranks. And when it comes to the Swim Lords, this is a rank that has an opportunity to give direction to the entire community. It's generally where most of the higher level decisions are made at a community level. Again, we take everybody's input in, and it's based on the feedback that we pretty much have throughout the entire community. And it's something that we always want to make sure that we always put the best interest of the entire community, the Sinister Swarm, at heart, first and foremost, before any decision that we make. So when we're looking for new potential Swim Lords, we want to make sure that we have the right person, the right candidate for the job. And there's a grueling interview process. There's a lot of time served, obviously, proven responsibility, handling, leadership. There's so much that goes into it. But it's something, again, like I said, that we do take very seriously, and something that obviously has a serious impact to the entire community. So that's why we want to take the opportunity here today to announce our newest Sinister Swarm Lord. This individual has been doing an amazing job proving themselves at the rank of Knight, as anybody that we look to for this position has done, and has continued to excel over and over again, gone above and beyond the call of duty, and has shown an amazing affinity towards something that, again, I think we're all really focused on moving forward with, and that's Sinister Swarm Media, being able to get our name out there, and media management obviously is a big part of that. So I would like to congratulate our newest Sinister Swarm Lord, Baron Nyland! Congratulations!
Way to go! Way to go, Nyland!
Woohoo! Great job, Baron Nyland! Got a nice ring to it.
Sounds good.
It really does.
Say something, Nyland. Nyland? Hello, Nyland?
Hope he didn't faint.
We cannot hear you. Oh, sweet irony. His microphone is out.
Well, I know he's double logged so he can record everything, and he's also streaming through Twitch, so he might have muted our event instead of the Twitch.
Absolutely. No way.
Oh no, he can't talk. He's locked out.
He's locked out. Hey, there you go.
Hey, there he is. It's well deserved.
Hail Swarm.
Hail Swarm.
Hail.
Hail Swarm!
Hail Swarm.
Hail Swarm.
Amen, brother. Awesome, and great to have you on board the Swarm Lord. So, great stuff. And again, thank you everybody for making this community as amazing as it is. I mean, it goes down to our newest newbie. I mean, everybody that's here is really a huge contributor in our amazing family, and none of this would be possible without all of you kind of, making the sums of the whole. So, can't thank you enough, and, you've all made this a place that I feel comfortable calling home, again, after all these years, and it's something that, it's hard to believe where we're at today, hearkening back to when we started this thing and got this ball rolling way back in the day. So I can't thank you guys enough for making the dream a reality. Big Hail Swarm! Awesome, guys. Well, I can't think of a higher note to end on than that. I would like to give anybody an opportunity. Maybe let's take 5 minutes tops. I know Fate's probably going to kill me because karaoke, we're already 40 minutes overtime. But 5 minutes for any questions, comments, concerns, diatribes, anything on your mind. Really quickly, I'd like to address just any comments that you guys have. And then we're going to go straight into karaoke. So really quickly, just post up a raise in chat if you have anything on your mind, and we'll call on you. Let's start off with Splink.
Yeah, I made a comment about this earlier as we were going through the chapter updates, and I don't know, I know Kurance plays a bit, and I play a bit, and a couple other members too, some of our European players, but I'd like to see us possibly get some kind of a Hearthstone game going on, like a best of 5 or something like that going on. So I don't know if you guys are playing, but it's free to play. All you have to do is basically level characters, unlock all your basic cards, and the basic deck does just as good as a more advanced legendary covered deck. You can spend money, but you don't have to. So I don't know. It'd be something I'd kind of be interested in seeing happen in the near future.
I can, sir.
Great idea. I know there's a lot of interest, so feel free. Keep that post rolling on the games of interest, and we'll, at a bare minimum, get that in the unofficial section, and if there's enough interest, it'll move to casual and up from there.
It's already covered under the WoW chapters. It's just talking about more like a community event.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And actually, there's something that I am kind of preparing to do eventually with Hearthstone and potentially Heroes of the Storm. So yeah, very soon there will be something in the forums about it.
Sounds great. Yeah, let's definitely give that some look and see what we can do about getting more of a official support for that. And Zood, I apologize. I think we missed a ways from you back when we were talking about Black Desert. Zood, you're up.
Oh, thanks. Didn't have to do with Black Desert. Just a couple of notes. Not sure if folks have seen it on the forums or out in the news, but one of our chapters that had been unofficial, then casual, then official, and then we kind of closed it down was WildStar, and WildStar will be going free to play sometime this fall. Another item is Star Wars, The Old Republic. A lot of people may not be aware that they have currently a 12 times experience boost for subscribers on class missions. So if you're ever interested in leveling up another character or something like that, this would be a good time to do it. That's all I had.
Awesome, thanks for your heads up. And another shout out to another one of our unofficial games, Star Wars Commander. We've got a lot of swimmers playing that. That's really great. Casual game. Feel free to just install it on your mobile device. And I think there's even a Windows application for it, so you can hop in, join the Sinister Swarm Guild there, and you'll be getting troops donated to you, as well as feel free to donate to the cause. So thank you guys for all your support on that as well. Next up, Gemini.
Hey guys, I just want to kind of touch base a little bit with Heroes of the Storm. If you guys have played it or haven't played it yet, it's a very great game, especially if you're interested for games like League of Legends, Smite, Dota, and all those other MOBA games. They recently just did their launch event today, and if you guys haven't gotten into it, now would be a good time too, because they announced another new hero. The Butcher will be coming as a melee assassin from the Diablo world, and also a new battleground called the Eternal Conflict, also from the Diablo world. It is based on a two-tiled style map where half the map is the High Heavens and the other half of the map is the Internal Flames of Hell, where the center will spawn two avatars, and you have to be able to kill your opponent's avatar to gain control of yours to help you push lanes. So if you are not interested in Heroes, or if you have been interested and been a little query to try it, now will be a very excellent time too.
Awesome. Thanks for the update. It sounds like there's a lot of interest kind of brewing for that, so definitely something we want to keep our eyes on and potentially look towards getting more organized with. Perdian, you're up next.
I just got some information I'd like to share with the Swarm. My brother is a game master for World of Warcraft working for Blizzard. When they have their slow times, they have their people that don't have a whole lot of contacts test out some of the games they're working on, and my brother said they are working on an establishment which could come out late 2016, 2017 that they have not released any information on, and he is sworn to secrecy on. Just to put a little air out in the wind that Blizzard is making another game.
Oh.
Oh, they are overdue.
They really are. That's awesome. Yeah, like Zood said, it could be Overwatch. That's definitely coming down. And for those of you that aren't aware, Overwatch is going to be another kind of like MOBA-ish, but like Zood said, kind of Team Fortress-ish. So they're some of the newer MOBAs are going more action-y based or third-person shooter-ish based. So yeah, Overwatch Gigantic is another one that looks amazing. So they're all going to be kind of going at it together probably close to the same time. So Zood, if you'd like to talk more about it.
Oh yeah, as far as MOBA, I guess Heroes of the Storm is more like that. They call it a hero brawler. Overwatch is really going to be a shooter type game, similar to Team Fortress or Team Fortress 2. just with a lot more verticality and a lot more varied type of heroes and abilities and things like that. And Alan just posted a link to the official site with information on it. I think there's a trailer out there. It's going to be huge.
Awesome. Yeah, it looks amazing.
Looks kind of like old style Global Assault.
Good stuff. Okay, last call. Any other questions, comments, concerns, diatribes, or anything at all at a community level? Before we move on to party time. All right. Well, thanks everybody again for being a part of and participating in our quarterly community global meeting of the Sinister Swarm. Moving on to karaoke time. Let me pass the mic over to Queen Faith.
Welcome to Honor. Become part of our ranks and battle alongside of us.